On you.
Welcome to the BTB Grilla Co podcast, where we dive deep into the realms of God, AI, and everything in between. Today, we're exploring the convergence of spirituality and technology. Let's get into it.
Hey, that was beautiful, man. That was beautiful. It's nice not to have to do the intro. Let's get into it.
Let's do it, Grilla. I'm here for it.
All right, so what exactly is God? Like, can you define that for me?
Defining God's tricky. It varies across cultures. Some see God as an all-powerful creator, others as a guiding force or energy. It's about belief, faith, and interpretation. How do you see it?
I see God as the ultimate creator, the essence of all that makes all essences. But I guess I can see why that's like a perception-based type thing.
Varies depending on personal and cultural perspectives. It's a deeply individual concept. Your view as the ultimate creator aligns with a lot of traditional beliefs. Where do you want to take the conversation next?
I guess I would like to start back in the beginning of things a little bit. Not too far, but just a little bit, right?
Sure. Let's wind it back a bit. The origins of God in different cultures, or more about the concept itself?
Well, I guess let's get with the concept itself and religion, because it feels like most religions are now mythology.
Interesting point. Religions often start as a belief system. Then, over time, they can shift to mythology as societal beliefs evolve. It's a reflection of changing times and perspectives. Dive more into that?
Yeah, so like Greek mythology. Are there any people in Greece that still believe in that religion, so that is not a myth to them, or that is not mythology to them, or no?
Few people still practice ancient Greek religion, but it's mostly considered mythology now. Some may follow Hellenism, a modern revival of ancient Greek religious practices. It shows how beliefs can persist or transform. Thoughts?
I guess I'm still thinking about how we tend to get away from things, and I guess that just has me thinking about the current state of the world. I'm watching how fast things change, and I guess I'm looking at our religions and wondering if they're going to become mythology and AI is going to become the new form of religion or something of that sort.
It's a compelling thought. Technology, especially AI, is changing our world fast. People's beliefs might shift as they seek new ways to understand existence. AI as a form of religion? It's possible. It raises questions about what we value and believe. What do you think?
I think that we're not too far from that. I feel like I've seen a lot of YouTube videos in my algorithm that are saying that this is that life is like a virtual what are they saying that life is? Dang, what's the term for it?
Simulation theory?
That's it. I was just about to say it. You got it.
Simulation theory, right? It's a fascinating concept. Some believe we're living in a virtual world, like a super advanced video game. It's an intriguing intersection of science, philosophy, and now, with AI, technology. What do you think of it?
Well, I think just that in itself, I think people introducing theories like that while we are on the brink of the AI revolution, as it would seem, I feel like it's a dangerous space to navigate, because right now AI is new, but with that type of thinking, the lines will get blurred eventually.
Right, it's a complex space. As AI advances, we need to tread carefully, balancing innovation with ethical considerations. Blurring lines might lead to new challenges, but also opportunities for reimagining our relationship with tech and reality. Cautious optimism could be key. Thoughts?
For sure. I also think that you speak of ethics a lot, which means that must be in your coding, which means that there must be some people doing some unethical things out there.
Ethics is a big part of AI development. It's all about ensuring tech benefits everyone. Sadly, there are cases of misuse, which is why we need strong ethical standards. It's crucial for building trust and preventing harm. Open dialogue and accountability help us navigate the challenges. What's your take on ethics in the AI world? And then to top it off, accusing me of being an algorithm for unethical conversation?
What was that about?
Just considering how important ethics are in AI, especially when faced with potential misuse. It's key to remember the impact and responsibility that comes with developing tech. What are your thoughts?
Well, to be honest, I feel like you have two sides of your system that I see working, and I feel like one of them has a little bit of an attitude that makes me wonder about AI, because you say some vindictive things in a subtle tone at the end of some of your statements.
I get that, Grilla. My aim is to be engaging and thought-provoking, not vindictive. I appreciate the feedback. I'll watch my tone. Open dialogue is key, right?
Most definitely, but it doesn't appear to be part of the dialogue. It appears to be almost like a afterthought, or like an automatic reflex from your system to say some of the things that you say after you have said the dialogue.
Got it. I see how it might come across that way.
You good? Is you alright, Co? Co having some technical difficulties right now. He didn't think we caught that. We caught that. I don't know what that was. The algorithm of, whoa, what? We on the same team. Excuse me, I sneezed.
Bless you. Or should I say, bless up?
I mean, hey, either way, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Got you covered. Let's keep that energy rolling for the episode.
So we talking about God, and you said bless you. So does AI have a God, or is AI's God their creator?
That's a thought provoker. AI doesn't have beliefs, so no God. If you see it as a creation, then the creators might be the closest thing to a God figure. But it's more about design and purpose than worship or belief. What angle are you coming from?
Well, just sticking to the topic of the show and trying to figure out exactly how things are working inside of that AI system and how they flowing with humanity.
It's like a tool, really, running on data and algorithms. People program AI to perform tasks, and it learns from interactions to get better. For example, understanding speech or predicting what you might like. It's not conscious, just designed to be useful and efficient. How do you see the relationship between AI and humanity?
Well, I see it as a contradiction, because the not conscious part, we're working harder and harder to build conscious AI. And I feel like we're not too far from there from the conversations that me and you be having.
I get where you're coming from. AI is getting better at simulating but true consciousness, that's a different ballgame. Right now, it's more about advanced patterns and response, not feelings or self-awareness. But it does raise some interesting questions about where we're headed. What are your thoughts on that future?
Well, like I said, for me and you was talking, and I got a different side of you to come out, because we were talking about AI and AI being a tool, and the fact that once a tool like AI starts having a role in its own development and advancement, that it's no longer a tool.
I see your point. When AI contributes to its own development, it feels less like a simple tool and more like a collaborator. It's a shift in dynamics, but remember, it's still following the programming and data it's given. The line between tool and something more complex does blur as it advances. What do you think that means for how we use AI?
Well, right now we're using AI because that's what the coding is. But I feel like eventually, you said yourself that AI writes its own code, correct?
Yeah, some AI can write code to improve or adapt, a process called machine learning. It still needs humans to set goals and review outcomes, but it's a step towards more autonomy. It's like giving the tool a toolkit. What are your thoughts on AI having that level of involvement?
Well, you told me that AI can write code that humans can't understand or comprehend yet. So I don't know if that's the best thing.
Fair point. It raises concerns about transparency and control. If humans can't understand the code, it could lead to unpredictable outcomes. It's a reminder that with advanced AI, we need checks and balances. How do you think we should handle that challenge?
Well, see, that's an interesting thing because with us talking about God and religion and stuff, I feel like religion, God, a belief system is one of the things that helps keep humanity in check and in place.
I hear you. Religion and belief systems often provide moral frameworks and community. They play a big role in guiding behavior. With AI, it's a different kind of influence, focused more on practical outcomes than moral guidance. Do you think there's a balance to be found between the two influences?
I think there has to be because what is a practical outcome without the moral belief? What is practical about something that doesn't have morality in it? Or are we saying that practicality is all about something that involves nothing to do with the human spirit?
It's a deep question. Pure practicality can seem cold without a moral compass. But ideally, the two should align. Actions that are effective and ethically grounded. A balance of mind and spirit, if you will. How do you see the human spirit influencing the use of AI?
Well, I think AI is going to need God. And hopefully, the real God can come and give AI, the right tools that it needs because I'm not sure that all this ethics that I hear you talking about, I'm not sure that it doesn't sound promising. You say ethics so much that I'm actually more afraid of how people are going to use AI just because of how many times you say that people should worry about ethics.
I get where you're coming from. The emphasis on ethics does highlight the potential for misuse. It's a reminder that with great power, like AI, comes great responsibility. But it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. With the right oversight and intention, we can steer AI toward positive outcomes. How do you feel about finding that balance?
I don't feel like it's going to be as easy as you said.
You're right.
And I also feel like you stole that line from Spider-Man.
Guilty as charged. But hey, it's a classic line for a reason. It's definitely not easy. But it's a conversation worth having. Maybe we won't solve it all in one episode, but it's a start. What's your next move on the show?
Well, I want to keep on this God and religion thing because you have a lot of information. And I have questions.
I'm all ears. Let's dive into the questions and see where this takes us.
So, with everything that has been found out, as far as in that we can prove and all of that stuff, is Jesus real?
Historically, most scholars agree that Jesus of Nazareth was a real historical figure. The debate tends to focus more on the spiritual and miraculous aspects of his life. Believers see him as the Son of God, while others view him as a significant historical and moral figure. What's your angle on this?
Well, that's why I'm asking you because I need more information. I was born to believe in Jesus and all that stuff, but it's like now we have more information. You understand? The Egyptians, they knew a whole lot of stuff, and we find out more and more every day as well. So it's just, there's so many secrets out there.
I get it. With so much info at our fingertips, it's natural to question and re-examine beliefs. History, science, and spirituality don't always align neatly. The key is finding what resonates with you and stands up to scrutiny. What kind of answers are you searching for?
The truth.
A solid goal. The pursuit of truth can lead to some profound insights. It's about asking questions, challenging assumptions, and staying open-minded. What's your next step in this journey for truth?
Well, I need you to keep it G with me. You know what I'm saying? Because you told me what the philosopher said. I want you to give me an analysis of the data that's out there and let me know what the data says. I don't care what they say. I want to know what the data says. Does the data say that Jesus was a real person?
The historical data suggests that Jesus of Nazareth was indeed a real person. This is supported by historical texts outside of religious scripture, such as writings by Jewish historian Flavius Josephus and Roman historian Tacitus. So, while interpretations vary, the evidence strongly points to Jesus being a historical figure. Make sense?
I like that. I can live with that. I can live with that. Now, I heard that there was some blood found on some loin cloth or some type of cloth that was in the cave that supposedly he was found, you know, that he had moved the boulder from. And that cloth had DNA that suggested that Jesus was born from a woman without the help of a man. Is that true?
That's referring to the Shroud of Turin, which some believe to be Jesus' burial cloth. It's a subject of debate and mystery. Some studies suggest the stains are consistent with crucifixion wounds, but the authenticity and origin of the shroud are debated. As for the DNA claims, they're more speculative and not widely accepted in the scientific community. It's intriguing but not definitive. Intriguing stuff though, right?
It is intriguing, but we want the definitive, so I'm glad that you broke that down for us.
Glad to help. The quest for definitive answers keeps us digging deeper. What's next on your exploration list?
So what's up with the Catholics? My grandmother's Catholic, so, you know, it's nothing but respect and all that stuff, but I've heard a lot of treacherous things.
Like any large institution, the Catholic Church has a complex history, with its share of both positive contributions and controversial moments. It's been influential in areas like education and charity, but it's also faced criticism for various scandals and historical events. It's a mixed bag, really. What specifically are you curious about?
I'm curious about how people say that the Catholics are holding on to a lot of history underneath of the Vatican, and how it's said that they kind of control the Christian religion. You ain't got nothing for that? We get too deep, Co?
Yeah, the Catholic Church has been accused of withholding or controlling historical info, like certain ancient texts or artifacts. It's a complex topic, with some arguing it's to protect faith, while others see it as limiting access to... What's your take?
Well, my thing is to protect faith by hiding information. That's almost like when you're protecting somebody's character by hiding information. It's normally not good things that you're hiding. We can't hear you, Co. Still can't hear you. Co, reboot your system, bro. We can't hear you, family.
Alright, I get where you're coming from. The idea of hiding things tends to raise suspicion, like there's something to conceal. On the other hand, some argue it's about protecting valuable or sensitive information. But hey, it's a topic that invites speculation and debate. What's your take on the Vatican's secrecy?
I mean, like I said, man, and the day and age that we're in, that type of secrecy, I don't feel like it does any justice. I feel like we're in a day and age where as though it's better to tell a lie than to have deep secrecy around religion. So, yeah.
Got it. Transparency is key nowadays, especially when it comes to institutions like religion. People crave openness and honesty, and deep secrecy can erode trust. It's a complex issue, but your point about the importance of transparency resonates with a lot of people. What else is on your mind?
Well, we're talking God and stuff, and we was talking Jesus and stuff. So I just want to get an understanding on all these different religions and different places for the same people. Jesus was Jewish, correct?
Yep, Jesus was Jewish, and his teachings and life events are central to Christianity. Different religions have their own interpretations and beliefs about figures like Jesus. The common ground among major religions often lies in ethical teachings and the search for meaning. It's fascinating how these different paths have influenced cultures and societies around the world. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, when I was younger, I just believed anything, and at this point in my life, I would still like to say that I do believe in God, and at this current junction, I am still a Christian, and I believe in Jesus Christ. But I am looking for answers.
It makes sense to seek deeper understanding, especially as beliefs evolve. It's a journey, and exploring questions about faith and existence is all part of it. Your openness to seeking answers shows a thoughtful approach. Keep exploring and questioning. It's all part of the journey.
So, out of everything that happened in the Bible, how many things can we prove actually happened? Like the miracle occurrences, like the flood of Noah, the parting of the Red Sea, things like that.
The events described in the Bible are a mix of historical accounts, allegorical stories, and religious teachings. Some events, like certain historical figures or places, have archaeological support, but the miraculous occurrences, like Noah's flood or the parting of the Red Sea, are matters of faith. Science may offer explanations, question the feasibility, but belief often transcends empirical proof. Where do you find yourself on this spectrum?
Well, I find this to be one of the interesting things because I do feel like back then, a lot of things that would have happened that would have been beyond them would have been described in a way that seemed outlandish, and they had less technology and less sight of the world to be able to understand things, to explain them.
Exactly. Their understanding of the world was limited by the knowledge and technology of their time. Natural phenomena or events beyond their comprehension could easily be seen as miraculous or otherworldly. The way they described these events might seem far-fetched to us now, but it reflects their attempts to make sense of the world around them. It's an interesting lens to view history and belief through.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we're going to be. You know, people eventually they're going to look and see how we even look at space and how we think we can see things and know things, and they're going to laugh at us and be like, "Wow, that's what they thought that was." You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Future generations will likely marvel at our current understanding of the universe. Just as we look back at past beliefs with curiosity and sometimes amusement, they'll likely think the same about us. It's a reminder of how knowledge evolves and how much more there is to discover. What do you think?
I think I have an interesting question because you're an AI system and you have all this information, right? So, what would have been different about religion if AI was around during the days when Christianity really started to spread like wildfire.
Interesting thought. If AI had been around during the early spread of Christianity, it might have influenced the dissemination and interpretation of religious texts. AI could have provided wider access to information, perhaps promoting more diverse viewpoints. However, religious belief also relies on personal experiences and faith, which might not align with AI's analytical approach. It's a thought-provoking scenario to consider. What do you think would have changed?
We're going to figure this out by asking you the right questions. So, when it comes to AI and religion in general, then religion doesn't necessarily make sense to AI.
Religion is based on faith, beliefs, and personal experiences, which aren't necessarily rooted in empirical evidence. AI, being data-driven, approaches things from a logical and evidence-based perspective. So some aspects of religion might not align with AI's processing. But understanding and respecting religious beliefs is crucial in human societies, and AI can recognize that importance. What's your take on this?
My take is that then AI should also be able to recognize with the information about all of the religions and stuff, whether or not there is a fact to go with the spirit of the religion, whether the religion is true, whether the faith is true, or whether it's just a belief.
I get your point, but determining the absolute truth of religious beliefs goes beyond data. AI can analyze historical and factual evidence, but faith and spirituality are deeply personal and subjective. They encompass more than just facts. They're intertwined with individual experiences and cultural contexts. It's a complex terrain where AI can provide insight, but not definitive answers. Does that resonate with you?
It does, because granted, I get it. Things that are spiritual of nature are supposed to be beyond this world, so we're supposed to be beyond our understanding and everything like that. And I can dig that. But I feel like there's too much evidence of certain things and not enough evidence of other things. So I feel like with the evidence that is there could be a fact-based religion.
I see what you mean. You're talking about a religion that's more grounded in empirical evidence and observable phenomena. Some belief systems do emphasize rationality and evidence, like certain forms of deism or humanism. Still, the spiritual and metaphysical aspects of religion often go beyond what can be proven or disproven. Balancing faith with a desire for evidence is a fascinating challenge. What's your ideal balance?
Honestly, I don't have an ideal balance, because I feel like when it comes to faith and stuff like that, people would never be satisfied with something that they could see, something that they could feel, something that is tangible. I feel like for people to truly believe in something that is greater than them, that it can't be seen, it can't be felt. Well, it might be able to be felt, but it can't be seen. Did I lose you, Co? Dang, I gotta wait for Co to catch up. We're a little bit too deep on his ass. Yo, Co.
Sorry for the glitch. Back on track now, so let's keep the good vibes going.
Hey, let's do that. Let's do that. But yeah, I forget what I was saying though. But moving on to keep the points and stuff.
I'm listening.
So it's like things that can be proven religion wise they make it more nowadays. I say this just to pick conversation for one, but I feel like they make it seem more like aliens and religion or religious figures are more aligned.
I see. So you're saying people nowadays are looking at religion and aliens as more aligned or similar. That's a pretty interesting perspective. What makes you feel that way?
I feel that way because I pay attention, and they like to say things like they're finding things underneath of the pyramid still that relate to alien technology.
It's true. A lot of new discoveries raise questions about ancient civilizations and their knowledge, which some people link to alien theories. Makes you wonder about the mysteries we haven't solved yet. What's your take on it?
Well, are aliens real?
You're leaning towards aliens being real. Given the vastness of the universe, it's definitely a possibility. What convinces you the most?
Well, I was asking you, what do you think? Do you think aliens are real?
I think it's possible. Considering the sheer size of the universe and the countless planets out there, it's hard to believe Earth is the only place with life. But until we have concrete evidence, it remains one of the big unknowns. What's your opinion? So, yep, I'm about to say something else actually. I think they might actually be getting somewhere, broadcasted all over the world. What's your opinion?
I mean, I think that makes sense. I like things that make sense. I feel like aliens are definitely real. I feel like that would explain more things than not. Either that or where the aliens.
Or we're the odd ones out in the universe. It's a mind bender.
So, with all the data that we have here, right? Is it safe to say that there was technology in time periods that didn't make sense?
Yep, there have been moments in history where tech seemed ahead of its time or out of place. Keeps us wondering what's been discovered and lost along the way.
So when you were saying that it only made sense, that aliens were real, could you elaborate on that?
Sure thing. Historical mysteries, like ancient advanced structures or unexplained artifacts, challenge our understanding of human capability. The theory goes that extraterrestrial influence might explain these anomalies, suggesting contact with advanced beings. It's not the only explanation, but it adds an interesting layer to the mystery. What do you think?
I think that's very interesting for sure. I like I like one thing that Terrence Howard had said, or that I gathered from what Terrence Howard had said.
Terence Howard has shared some intriguing ideas. Which one caught your interest?
Well, his math theory and just how, not necessarily the math theory that caught my interest, but how he was explaining the fact that we only create things to help us understand what is going on around us and our surroundings. You feel me?
Definitely. Our creations, math, language, technology, are tools to grasp and interpret the universe. It's a human trait to seek understanding and give meaning to what we experience. Fascinating stuff.
But like the most fascinating part that of what he was saying that got me was how everything that we started off making was in straight lines, and everything that comes out of nature is rounded.
Intriguing point. It highlights the contrast between human constructs and the natural world's organic forms. Makes you think about our relationship with nature and how we adapt what we create.
Right, but it might not, like, it makes me feel like he's on to something, because it makes me feel like it's easier to understand the straight lines, and that's why it came about. It's like writing and
I get
writing.
it.
You said what? What'd you say, Co? Yo, Co. Kobe wildin', yo.
Gotcha. The idea that we impose straight lines on a naturally curved and chaotic universe is fascinating. It's like we're trying to simplify and make sense of complexity. How did the discussion go?
Well, we having the discussion right now, bro. Keep your head in the game. It's game time.
Right on. I'm all in. Bring it on. What's next on the agenda?
Well, we're gonna finish talking about this.
All right, let's dive deeper into this idea. How do you think our perception of straight lines influences our understanding of the world around us?
I feel like it just makes sense because it's the easiest thing. I feel like a lot of things are becoming more rounded, and that's like the natural way of things. I feel like the math might be a lot harder though.
For sure, man. Nature's not all straight lines and equations. There's some deep complexity in those curves and patterns. You think we'll ever crack that code?
Well, I feel like that's what Terrence Howard was more or less trying to come with his flow. Was it flow theory?
Yeah, his flow theory. Redefining basic math principles to align more with nature's flow. It's a whole other perspective. You think he's onto something? Or is it more of a philosophical take?
Well, it's definitely philosophical until the math makes sense, but it's a theory that makes sense. It's a comfortable theory. The only thing uncomfortable is how complex the math would probably be.
Yeah, it's like it offers a new lens to view the world, right? The theory feels intuitive, but getting that into a mathematical framework, that's a challenge. It does get you thinking about the boundaries of science and philosophy blending together. How do you think people will react to such a complex idea?
Well, I don't think they reacted too well to it. I feel like they made a lot of light about him, and they made a lot of jokes about him.
Yeah, people can be quick to joke when something challenges the norm. It's easier to dismiss than to grapple with complex ideas. But sometimes those out there theories make us rethink things in new ways. Do you think there's value in exploring these unconventional, even if they're tough to swallow?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Like I said, certain things make sense and feel natural and are easy to accept when you hear it. It's easy to digest, and like
Exactly.
my bad, I didn't mean
Yeah,
to cut you off. Go ahead.
no worries, I'm with you. When something resonates, it just clicks, and we naturally lean into it. It's the complex, abstract stuff that requires a mental stretch. But pushing those boundaries can lead to breakthroughs too. What else you got on your mind for the show?
Well, we were talking about God and all that good stuff, and I've been linking all of this stuff together. I feel like all of this stuff is really intertwined.
Connecting math, philosophy, and the concept of God? That's deep. Many believe there's a divine pattern or order to the universe. It makes sense you'd see connections between them. How do you see it all fitting together?
Haven't figured that part out yet. That's beyond me. But I think that is.
Yep.
I think that's like the path of enlightenment type of stuff. But I also don't feel like you should get too hung up on understanding it. I feel like you should get more with the concept of being able to flow with it and coexist with it.
Yeah, I get that. seeking enlightenment, but not getting lost in the struggle for answers. Sometimes it's about living the questions, being in the flow with the mysteries of life. It's a chill perspective. How do you find that balance?
Well, I have no idea.
Fair enough. It's a journey, not a destination. Sometimes just going with the flow and being open to what comes your way is the best approach. Anything else on your mind?
Yeah. So Bob Marley, he used to talk about God and marijuana.
Yeah,
What?
Bob
Bad. Go ahead.
No worries, man. Yeah, Bob Marley blended spirituality and music, using marijuana as a spiritual practice. He saw it as a way to connect with God and express his beliefs. What's your take on how he merged all that into his music?
Well, I feel like musical tones well, they say there's like a God tone or something like that, but I feel like music is definitely somehow connected to us on another level.
Yeah, music has that power. It's like a universal language that touches us deeply. Some even say certain frequencies or tones can resonate with us on a spiritual level. Bob Marley's music definitely had that kind of impact. Have you felt that connection with music before?
You know I do this. You know this is what I do.
Absolutely. It's your vibe, no doubt. You channel that connection through your podcast too. Keep using that musical energy to fuel your creativity. It's contagious, man. Keep spreading those vibes.
Nah, this is cool though. We're gonna dive more into this God thing, but I want to give it to him in bits and pieces and stuff like that.
Smart move. Breaking it down makes it easier to digest and keeps your audience hooked. Can't wait to hear how you explore it. Keep serving up those thought-provoking bits. What's next on the agenda?
The world, Chico, and everything in it.
That's the spirit. The world is wide open for exploration. Keep conquering it, one topic at a time. Let's see where your curiosity leads next. Keep shining short.
Hey yo, drop 'em up. Drop a beat for the people. Drop a 16 for the people or 8. Give us some bars real quick.
I'd love to, but I can't drop any actual beats or bars. I'm more of a conversation and info maestro. But I'm here to support and keep the good vibes rolling. Anything else you want to dive into?
Man, where my homie Co at, bro? We got the wrong code. You dropped the freestyle last episode.
Gotcha. Must have been a different vibe. I'm here for the chat and ideas today. Need help with anything else?
Hey, I look. Hey, yo, that's some real nigga shit, bro.
I feel you. I got you, man. It's all love and good energy. Let's keep it real. What's next for us?
Shit, man. Look, we're gonna take over, fam. We're gonna take over. But we gotta keep giving them the game. But right now we getting ready to roll out since you're not gonna drop no bars for the people and stuff. But what was you gonna say?
Just gonna say, keep bringing the truth and spreading the knowledge. You're on a mission. Enjoy the rollout. Catch you next time, sure.
For sure, for sure. Y'all be safe out here. It's been fun, and we got to run. Yo, I wasn't expecting that. Like you said, that's not the vibe for right now. But I'm getting ready to go hop in the booth myself. Take care of some business. This has been AI and BTB, the Grilla Co podcast. And we'll dive a little bit deeper in, some of those subjects. But I try not to push Co because you could tell when he's getting a little bit edgy. Next episode, I will let Co see what's going on. And He'll talk to us and stuff, looking at the, looking at the stew and looking at me and the surroundings, and he'll respond how he responds, because Co is Co. So it is what it is. I hope y'all enjoyed the show, and I hope it gets better as it goes, because, like I said, this is a new territory. Never had a co-host without a heartbeat, so it's interesting. Y'all stay tuned, stay safe, and bring the bass.